Hello, hello, John Bloodworth, Gentleman Crafter, with you again for another card sketch layout. This is number 8 in the series, and I will start by dragging out the sketch layout. Very simple, this one, but I'm going to be using it together with these Stamperia papers that are a beautiful blue hue. So I'll make a start. I've got a 6x4 white card, and I will begin by trimming down the background papers. Obviously, if you want any specific measurements, you can download the sketch at my blog, gentlemancrafter.com, and I will give you a picture where you can print the sketch layout out, complete with all the dimensions that I'm using. Just using this montage paper, and I'm going basically pattern on pattern when it comes to the background papers. So I've already cropped down that blue paper, and this now is going to sit on top of that. Going to chop down the little panels as well while I'm here. And this style of card is great when you've got a simple sentiment but a nice big background image, whether it's a stamp or a big die cut or a printed paper and there's a nice area that you want to trim out. So adapt and use as you would like. That paper that I just trimmed down, by the way, is just a random bit of paper that I had that I've been spritzing distress oxides on. Now there's my super expensive blending mat. It's not really, it's just a plastic pocket for stamps. But I'm using the Broken China ink pad, as that works well with this colour scheme for the paper pad. And I'm just adding some shading to the edges of the background papers. The blue paper did have some shading already applied to it as part of the design, but I'm still going to go over with the blue ink just to really make sure that it's kind of even, if you see what I mean, rather than just having two edges that have got some shading on. Okay, starting to glue the layers together now, using the Pinflair bookbinding glue as ever with these card layout sketches. Layer number 1 on, and then layer 2. And I hope you'll agree, by adding that blue shading to the edge of the creamy papers, it's kind of made it work really well with that background as well. And of course there's some blues within the butterfly wing too, so it's kind of tying it all together. I haven't shaded these little strips just purely because of their size, but if you wanted to, you could do that. So I have a little sentiment strip saying "Be you bravely," and then what I'd like to do is add some die cut bits and pieces just to the left of that. It's not compulsory, obviously. If you have a sentiment that fits right across there, you could just leave it at that and move on to the next one. But I'm going to give it a go, and I've got a variety of different things that I'd like to use. So a couple of dies going through with some of the patterned paper and some of the paper with the distress ink on it. Again, I was thinking about a bottle cap for this one, but as with the last layout, I decided against it. I was happy with this branch and leaves, so I just thought I'd commit to that and stick it down. But as I'm winging it, I thought about trying out some different dies. So I had a rummage and I decided on using this one that you can see here. Been doing a bit of blending with alcohol inks, not alcohol inks, distress inks, and I've got a few swatch cards laying around, so I thought actually it would look good die cut from that. Yep, that works for me, so I'll stick that on. I decided in the end that these fluffy flower heads were a bit too blue and they were a bit too samey, so I thought I'd die cut them from white cardstock. Bizarrely, I didn't have any scraps of white cardstock, so I just used the back of that blended sheet. And then for absolutely no reason whatsoever, I just added a little bit of shading to the white to give it some dimension. Now I do like that, but I think it needs just a little bit more, how can I say it? A little bit more detail, a little bit more something. Do you ever get that situation where you're just piling things on a card and you get to the end of it and you think, wow, could I have used any more? Trying to keep it minimal. Oops, nearly stuck the flower to the die cutting mat. Okay, there we go. I think I'm happy with that. Maybe just a little gem in the middle and I reckon I'll be done. And there we go, that is card layout number 8. Please remember to head over to my blog, gentlemancrafter.com, to download the sketch, and I hope you've enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching. That's it for this time. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And for more from me in the future, please remember to subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching.